I think there is something essential for our human spirit in knowing that places that are inherently wild still exist. It touches something inside of us. It assures us that we will always have a connection with nature in its purest form.
In 1964, Congress passed the Wilderness Act, and the idea was to find federal lands that hadn't been touched by human activity and to preserve them in their present state. As we move forward and our footprint on this planet has become so enormous, I think the future is going to be defined by what we refuse to destroy.
Keep the UP Wild is a coalition of people who understand the importance of protecting specific areas that we know are prized for so many reasons.
The proposal is really to identify 4 new federally designated wilderness areas. The Ehlco Forest is 16,000 acres adjacent to the Porcupine Mountains. And then Trap Hills Wilderness candidate is 25,000 acres, and the Norwich Wilderness is around 8,000 or 9,000 acres. The 4th natural area is a 2,000-acre addition to the Sturgeon River Gorge Wilderness area. You add them all together, you're looking at a little bit more than 50,000 acres of new wilderness areas.
These places, they are truly unique in our state by the fact that we've kept them protected for so long. These places are at risk, and we have an opportunity right now to create some permanent protections around them. These are lands that could be logged, that could be mined, that could be turned into recreational areas where RVs and cars and Jeeps are cruising through them.
These are the remaining landscapes among federal ownership in Michigan that have the suitable characteristics to be designated as wilderness. Now is the time to move forward. We can't really afford to wait on these sorts of protections.
We have some of the most biodiverse landscapes in this state. And so much of that is thanks to the Upper Peninsula and how it hasn't been as fragmented and developed as other parts of the United States. If you have long-term federal protections for wilderness areas, that time and protection can really pay off in terms of what can grow and thrive there.
We've come together as Keep the UP Wild to ask the federal government to make a difference by taking a couple of these really pristine places and giving them to future generations forever.
We need to ensure that legislators know people value the actual long-term preservation of wilderness in the Upper Peninsula, and environmental values are a part of many of their constituencies.
We're talking about these last few remaining truly wild places that may represent our last best hope. It is incumbent on our generation to make sure that it is protected and is saved for future generations, not just of Michiganders, but for the rest of the world.